In this video, you will learn how to process credit card payments using Stripe API, and also we are going to create a pricing page where we will list multiple products and we are going to sell all of them dynamically. So stay with me. Hey, what's up guys? Senaid here from codingpassiveincome.com, the place where I help others to become a web developer much easier and faster than they will do it on day off. So if that's something that interests you, consider subscribing. So before we actually start writing any code, I would like to explain you the basics that you need to understand for this tutorial so that it's easier for you to understand everything. So what we are going to do is we will first create one pricing page. So let's assume this is our pricing page, and here we will use cards from Bootstrap 4 to display the price of the product, title, and list some features, and then pay button. And since, as I said in the introduction, that you are going to sell multiple products, we will have a lot of these here. So it will be dynamically, so really the number of these is not limited to anything. So what will happen is we will create it so that when someone click on this pay now button, the small pop-up will come here, and then the visitor will need to enter his credit card information. Stripe API will verify it, and if everything is okay, he will make a post to one page. So let's say here, and this page will be our actually Stripe API.php file. So in this file, all that we need to do is to verify once again here, get the informations, and then actually make a charge from that credit card. And after we did that, if everything is okay, from here it's just optional what you are going to do. You can just store information to some database, or you can maybe send an email or whatever you would like to. But the critical piece here is to understand how to create dynamically the pricing page, and also how to connect everything with Stripe API. So let me now show you how to write the code. So now I'm here at my PHP store, and I have created a new project, Stripe Payments, and also I have created an empty pricing.php file. So first thing that I'm going to do is I will just create a normal HTML document, nothing special, and I will specify the title as pricing page. Okay, so since we are going to design this page in Bootstrap 4, we are going to download the latest version. So I'll go to getbootstrap.com, download, and then I will just copy the Bootstrap CDN link, or maybe if you want I can show you how to download the source files. So let's say I will use compiled. Okay, and I will just download to this project folder. Okay, so I will extract everything, delete this archive, and then as you can see here we have CSS files and we have JS files, but at the moment we are just going to need CSS files. So here I will say link relationship, okay, style sheet, and then ref I will say bootstraps folder, CSS, and then bootstrap min.css. Okay, so now first thing we need to define in Bootstrap is of course container. So maybe let me just zoom in a little bit. Okay, so I will create one container, and in this container I'm going to create one row, and now in this row I will just create a card. So I will say class card, and in this card we are going to have card header. Okay, and then I will just duplicate this and say card body. Okay, and in this card body I'm going to have one card title. Okay, so this will be the title of our product. So let's say product number 1. Okay, and then down below we will have one list. So I will say list group. Okay, and then in this list we will have different list group items. So this will be like future 1. So let me just duplicate this a couple of times. Okay, and that's it. So here in the header I'm just going to say that we are going to have one, let's say h2, class will be, let's say, pricing, and then here we will have some price. Okay, so all of this we are going to create dynamically, but for now we are just going to create one product to sell, just to create a design. So let's check this. So this is how it looks like at the moment. Of course we can make it a little bit nicer. So here I will create some style. Okay, we can also use external file, but let's say at the moment we will just use an inline here. So first I want to move container down for, let's say, 100 pixels. The next thing that I would love is to set for the card, let's say, width to 300 pixels. Okay, so maybe the cool will be if we create some hover effect for the hover on the card. So let's say we will say transform, we will scale for 1.5 or maybe 0.5, just a little bit, and then transition, let's say dot easy in out. Okay, and then I will just delete this time. Okay, so let's see what we have so far. So refresh, it's moved down, it's bigger, and when we go over with the mouse it looks really nice. Okay, so next thing is I would love to remove this border in the list here. So let's say that list group item, we will set border to 0 pixels and maybe add padding for 5 pixels. So let's see. Okay, so this is looking a little bit better. So maybe here for this card body we can say text to the center. Okay, cool. And then this card title, maybe we can make it a little bit bigger. So let's say age of 1. Okay. Okay, cool. And now I would love just to do this price to make so that it looks a little bit nicer. So maybe for pricing, or maybe it was better if we said price. Okay, price. I will say that font size will be, let's say, 72 pixels, something really big. But then here for this dollar sign, I'm just to use pen, and I will create class, let's say, currency. Okay, I'll say dollar. Okay, and now for the currency, I'm going to set position to the relative, and then maybe, let's say, font size will be something really small in comparison with the price. So let's say 25 pixels. And then probably we will need to move this top. So I'm not sure how big it needs to be. Okay, so let's check this. So I'll click on the currency, and then let's try to say minus, let's say 30 pixels. Okay, so we are pretty close. So maybe let's do something like this. Okay, so 31 pixel. And then let's just set it to the center. Okay, so now this is the basic design for our product. So of course we should move this card to separate column, let's say MD4. So just copy it here, card. Okay, and then now if we want to duplicate, all we need to do is to just copy paste, like we have different products, and here's the result. So this is 3 different products, and that is what you are going to create, and basically we are able to have like 100 products or whatever number you would love to. Okay, so I'll just undo this, and that's it. So we have this one product, and now let's create this dynamically. So I will just create a new file. So let's say new PHP file, and I will name it products. Okay, and basically what I want to achieve is to have one associative array. So I'll name it products equal array. Okay, and now in this products we are going to have different, so let's say each of them will have different ID. So let's say this will be product number 1. Okay, that's his ID, and for that product I'm going to have some basic informations, like let's say title, my amazing product number 1. Then we are going to have price. Okay, so let's say the price for this one will be, so as you can see I want to say that price is $67, but I'm adding 2 zeros because it's like we are multiply by 100, and that is how it needs to be for Stripe API. Okay, so I will just do it like this, and then I will just say here futures, and futures can be an array again. So let's say we'll say here future 1, future 2, and then future 3. Okay, so that is the product 1, and we can duplicate it and say we will have another one. So this will be product number 2. The price will be, let's say $147. Okay, and then we will have another one. Let's say $37. Product number 3. Okay, so let's see how we are going to display now all those different products on the pricing page. So as you can see, we need to duplicate these rows. So here before it I will say PHP, and here I will say, so first of course we need to include it at the top, products. So I will say products PHP, and then here I will say that for each products as, let's say, product AD, and then say attributes, product attributes. Okay, we are going to echo this. So first I want to decide when we are going to echo this new row, when we want to create new row. So I will have one variable here, let's say column number equal 1. So first one is 1. So we'll say if column number equal 1, we will say echo and then get this. Okay. And then down below we will say like if column number equal 3. Okay, we need to close this div. Okay, and we need to reset this column number to the 0. Else we'll say column number plus plus. We are just increasing. Okay. So we can delete one of these. Okay, and now we just need to print this part, so I'll copy. Okay, and I will say here echo and just paste this. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now from our products we need to get title, price and futures. So first one here is price, so I will just get it by attributes, price. Okay, and we need to divide it by 100 to get the real price. Okay, after that we need to get the name of the product, so I will say attributes title. Okay, and now as you can see here we have the list of all the futures, so we should use another for each. Okay, so here I will close the echo that we have, open another one just to make sure nothing is wrong, and then here I will say for each attributes futures as future. I'm just going to echo here that future. Like this. Okay, so here we are basically going through this array and going through all the futures that we have listed here. Okay, so let's see what we have got right now. Do we have any mistake? So pretty much it is looking good. We have $67, 147, 37. Okay, and then we have this title, quite big, and then all the futures. Okay, so maybe we should change this to age 2 to make it a little bit smaller, so it looks, yeah, a little bit nicer. And now let's test what will happen if we add another product. So I will duplicate, let's say product number 4, and let's say the price will be 297. Okay, and then let's say future 3, 2, 1, just to make a little bit of difference. So refresh, and now we can see that it has been added down below. So maybe we can just add here like break. Okay, so let's see, and it's looking good. So as many times as we add a new product, it will be listed on the pricing page, but let's delete it for now. Okay, we have only 3 at the moment. Okay, so now that is all that is happening with the basic design of pricing page. And now the next thing that we need to do is to actually integrate the Stripe API to this pricing page. So in my previous tutorials I usually never go to the documentation and start explaining all the things that you need to read or know, and I will just go straight away to the code. But I have noticed the pattern that many of you guys don't understand quite a lot of the things, and you just wonder from where I have got some parts of the code. And for that reason, I've decided that this time we will go together through the documentation, and that I'm going to show you how you can learn and do something if anything changes in the future with this tutorial. Okay, so first thing that I want to you go is to the docs checkout, and or maybe before that just make sure that you log into dashboard.stripe.com, because if you are logged into the dashboard like I am at the moment, in the docs they will just use all the publishable and secret keys from your account, which is amazing. You don't need to do that. Okay, so first we need to add Stripe button to this pricing page. So here you have clear explanation of what is happening and what is workflow for the customer and what is happening in the background. You can read that on your own. I'm not going through this. I'm just going to focus on the things that do matter. And this is that all we need to do is to actually copy this code, okay, and then we will just paste it into our pricing page. And as you can see, if we analyze this, you can see that this is basically a form. We need to have some action and send all the details to our PHP code where we will use Stripe API. And then here, as you can see, we have data key, and this is, as you can see, my test publishable key. And if you are not logged in, you won't see anything here. So that's why it's important that you are already logged in. And data amount is the price, and then data name, probably the name of your product, and other things you can leave as is. So let's do this. So I will copy this, okay, and then I will go to the pricing, and then here below closed list I will make, maybe let's say 2 breaks, and then paste this code, okay, like this. And now here I will modify action, and let's say we will have one file, stripe.ipn.php, okay, and to that file we are going to pass ID of the product, okay. So we will append it, and it is product ID that we are getting here in the for each loop, okay. So product ID. The next thing is data amount, okay, and we have that in the attributes price, okay. Now we need the title here, so I'll say attributes title, and pretty much that's it. So let's see what we have got so far. So if we refresh, you can see now that we have for each card, for each product, different button. So maybe let's remove one break, it's too much, like this, okay, cool. So if we click on this one, you can see that it tries to charge $67. Now if we do check this one, it's 147, and this one is 37. So as you can see, this is just how dynamically everything is working so far. Okay, cool. Now the next thing that we need to do is to create this stripe ipn.php file. So I'll go to the project, go to the new PHP file, and then stripe ipn. Okay. And also while I'm here, I will just duplicate this and create it like config.php, and in this file we are just going to write everything related to the initialization of Stripe API. Okay, So now once we have created this on the client side, we will need also the server side code, as you can see here. So I'll just click there, and here is explanation on how you can write the PHP code, and here you have comments on every step what is happening. So we are setting API key, then we are getting the details from our form, it is here, and then we are creating a charge. Okay, so I will just copy this and paste into Stripe API file. But now, as you can see here, we have some red flags because we don't have this namespace, and that means that we didn't initialize already the Stripe API. So maybe let's search like this, GitHub Stripe API, yes. Okay, and I'm just going to download everything to the same folder. And now I'm going to extract everything here, okay, and delete the archive. So now once we have extracted, in this folder you can see that we have all the different files and folders, but actually all that we need is this init file and then this library folder. And if you open this, we can see that it only requires all the files from the library folder. Okay, so I will just select everything and exclude those two and then just delete. Okay, so now in the config I'm going to require from the Stripe folder init file, and then maybe I'm just going to create one, let's say stripe details equal array, and then I will say here, since we need to have one secret key and then publishable key, so I will say secret key, okay, and then we need to have publisher key, okay, and that's it. So the secret key for me at the moment is this one. Okay, no, sorry, needs to go here, and the publishable is this one here. So I'll get it and include it, so that I will just call it from this variable those keys, and then anytime that I want to go live, all that I need to do is to just update the keys here and I'm ready to do it. Okay, and then I will just copy this to my init. Okay, so I'll just copy and comment too, and then here I will include the config. Okay, so here I will do it like this. Okay, and our API key is Stripe details and then secret key. Okay, and now on the pricing, we need to include from Stripe details publishable key, and then here let's say I'll include config, and in the config I will include products because we are going to need them in Stripe API file too. Okay, so let's check our page. So what is the problem? Permission denied. That's because of my server settings. So let me just quickly modify this. Okay, maybe let's say recursive, and it should be fine. Yeah, okay, so this part is looking good. So now when we try to pay, all the details will be sent to the Stripe APN file. And I want to show you what we are going to get. As you can see, they have already written that we will get Stripe token, but also I want to see what other details we are going to get. So I will say echo pre and then say var dump post, because I want to see everything, and then I will hit exit. So let's try this. So let's say I will try to purchase this one. So I'll go pay with a card. My email, let's say testlive.com, and then I will use this card. So you can use this one. You can find test cards on Stripe documentations. So this is the one that I want to use. And then we need to use some expiration date just in the future. So let's say like this, some random, and then pay 147. It's all good. I'm redirected to the Stripe APN. And now as you can see, as an ID, it's passed as that we have bought product number 2. We have Stripe token, okay. We have Stripe token type card, and we have Stripe email. Okay, so maybe let's just do like this. So we have token already here. So I'll say email is post Stripe email, and then product ID is ID. Okay, and that's it. So now, before we create a charge on the user's card, first I want to verify that in our products we actually have the product with this ID. So I will say if not isset products product ID, I will just, let's say we'll just redirect person to the pricing.php. Okay, exit. So let's try this. So we have here product 1, product 2, product 3. It all looks good. And if we refresh this, it's all good. It just says that we have a problem with Stripe token and email. Okay, and that's okay. But let's now try to access product 4, and you can see now I have been redirected to the pricing PHP because I'm trying to cheat. And now let's try to purchase this one with $67. Testlive.com. Next time we will just use to remember. Okay, no, 67. Okay, so now this part is looking good. So guys, if you get a problem like this, as you can see, the problem is that Stripe is not able to, the Stripe API is not able to communicate with the Stripe, and as you can see here, it says error setting certificate verify location sub file. And most of the time the problem is because on our local host we do not have SSL installed, and basically for even if you have live web server and for you to have an Stripe API work properly, you will need to have an SSL on your domain. So the easy fix for you while you are working on localhost is just that you go here in the Stripe APN and then just set SSL certificates to the false. Okay, and now this means that we force Stripe API to work without SSL. Okay, and after this, let's just make a test for this. I will hit refresh, continue, and what is the problem? Say no such token. So that's okay. Let's try again. So I'll try to purchase this one. Okay. course the price will be different. It won't be $67 for now because we didn't implement this part. Okay, so this part here is looking good. And if we go to our Stripe dashboard, hit refresh, we can see the new sale just a moment ago for $9.99, because that is what we are charging here in the Stripe API. Okay, so first we can say that here if not is it this product ID, but before that we can say that if not is it post token, or not is it this. Okay, we are going to redirect to the okay, that's it. Okay, so now here we need to just put all the details here. So in order to get an amount, we will get it from our products and then by product ID, and after that we will get just the price. Currency is okay, and now the description we will, for our example, just use the title of the product, okay, like this, and that's it. Okay, so let's see what will happen. So I'll hit refresh, continue. Okay, now I'm on the pricing again because the token doesn't exist. So I will now try to purchase this one. We need again to insert all those details. That's very boring sometimes. Okay, some random number, pay 147. It's all good. And I'm not sure what has happened right now. So the charge is not here. We have been redirected, but why? So products, product ID, okay. And we said if not is it not token but Stripe token. So that is our mistake. Okay, let's try again. Okay, it looks good now. We'll hit refresh. And now we can see that we have got another sale. Okay, there are 2 successful payments. So I'll go to the payments, and now we can see that we had made the first one, and then we have the second one. As you can see, here's an email, amount, USD, and if we open it, everything is looking just the way it needs to be. And now from here, once we have made a charge, we can decide what we want to do. So from here you can send an email, okay, or you can store informations to the database, whatever it might be. So of course for all of these you have clear explanation on my YouTube channel and different video tutorials if you want to learn each of those. I'm not going to do it again, so I will just here display some message, echo success, you have been charged, and then we will just display the price. Okay, so I say here dollars. Okay, and that's it. And let's make a test once again. So we can't use this token again. Okay, let's try now to purchase this one. Okay, and now if we check our home page here, payments, and the payment is right here. Okay guys, so pretty much that's it. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. It's quite a long video, but I really wanted to go into the details. And if you do enjoy it, please like it and share it to your friends. And of course, if you have any questions, please ask in the comments below. Take care.